Okay, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the video, and any FPL related comments leave in the comment section below. A fairly average week of 63 for me today. It was, prior to tonight's game, I'm recording this on the Friday. It was a pretty good week for me, well, marginally good week, with me jumping up by 10,000 places, all the way up to 440k. But after Felipe Anderson's brace, I have dropped down quite significantly to 515k, so that's not ideal. But Gameweek as a whole wasn't awful. I mean, Richarlison didn't play, but he came on off the bench to score a goal. Wan-Bissaka in the points, Patricio, still no clean sheet. Doherty, no points from Doherty or Jimenez. Kind of disappointing as a whole with all the Wolves players. I decided to bench Kolasinac in the end for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which proved to be the right decision when Aaron Wan-Bissaka got his clean sheet, but then ended up not mattering because Martial, who I spent 2 transfers getting in for Wilson, ended up having food poisoning and getting benched, so that's kind of annoying. So Kolasinac came in for 1 point there. So I played back 5 for the first time all season, with 3 of those players blanking. And then Sterling blanked as well. City with 2 surprising results in a row. Don't expect that every week from City, however, with the rotation, I'd expect Sterling probably to miss the next game, so I have already moved him on this week. And when it comes to the Aubameyang and Kane thing, I was looking at the numbers and they're just too similar, although Kane does have better fixtures. It was just, I saw Sterling as my priority and I wanted to move him on for either Heung-min-Son or Hazard, and because of actually allowed Heung-min-Son's price to rise yesterday to just have more time to make my decision, Hazard probably would have been fine again tonight, but these sites aren't 100% accurate, so I did decide to go early on the transfer, and I have already brought Hazard in. I just decided Hazard's just more nailed on than Heung-min-Son, and I feel safer captaining him over Heung-min-Son, despite how brilliant Son's been in the past few game weeks. You know, Son could be rotated at any minute, as for Hazard is playing pretty much as a striker in that Chelsea side, so yeah. I just decided with the run of fixtures that he's got, he looks like pretty good player to own. And then the plan to next week is probably to then bank the transfer next week, so I can either bring in Digne and Felipe Anderson, or I can even bring in any defender that costs 4.5 million, and then Heung-min-Son, or perhaps even the more nailed on David Silva if Man City have got their mojo back, which they probably will. And I can't stretch all the way up to KDB, but I can stretch just further enough to Sane, and then one of the £3.8 million defenders, but obviously none of them actually start, so that would leave me pretty benchless. So I don't know if I'd go for that or not, but yeah. Or obviously bringing in Kane is something that is in my plans, but probably will not happen next week, because obviously Aubameyang plays Fulham. When I say next week, I mean sort of like the week after this one is when I'm planning these transfers for, because I already made this week's transfer, obviously bringing in Hazard for Sterling. So yeah, if we look at the team for next week, we can see my Wolves guys all have pretty terrible fixtures, but to be fair, Jimenez normally performs in the tough games, and yeah, hopefully he can perform. Doherty was, if I remember, for the last Spurs game, he was unlucky not to get points in that game, so hopefully he can get points. Alonso, begins with my patience with him, as I said, selling him is in the transfer plans. There are midfielders who I am getting punished for not owning, that I am being blocked from owning by his expensiveness, so yeah, he is kind of one that, not in a rush to sell him. You know, I'm not going to take him out for a hit because he is still Alonso, but how many weeks are we on now without attacking returns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so up to 10 now, or maybe 9, I'm not good at counting. But yeah, Robinson and Salah head to Arsenal. Can't really see a Robinson clean sheet, but the last game did end 1-1, so it might be a cagey affair. However, I don't really hate owning Salah or Aubameyang for that game. I do at the minute have a captaincy on Salah, but I could even switch to Martial or Hazard. Martial just did the whole illness thing, and after he first came back from injury, don't know if he's going to start or not. 100%. If he is fit, then he probably should start because he's just come back from an injury and now he's had an illness, so he should be one of the more rested players in that front three. But I might switch to Hazard. But Crystal Palace away, I can't see Chelsea going mad there, which is why I was kind of tempted to give Sterling one more week. But it was just the fact he's just been such a bad pick since I brought him in. The only points he got me was 6 points he got off the bench that 1 week. Literally ever since I made the switch from Hazard to him, he's just been a really bad pick for me. Richarlison having a pretty okay game week, I guess, away to Brighton. I was looking at their defensive stats there, and they're not as good as you'd think they would be. They have a reputation for being good at home, but defensive stats kind of suggest otherwise. And the form Aubameyang's in, he can score against anyone, so that's good. Brooks, United have kind of not been all that great at the back. At least they weren't against Huddersfield. We allowed them a number of chances, and they probably should have scored a couple more goals. So our defence, although we are looking good attacking again, our defence is still kind of sloppy. So I guess Bournemouth may get a goal, and Brooks may be the guy to get it. But I'm still not 100% sure on playing Brooks. Might play Kolasinac over him instead. But yeah, that's my plans.